Hi, it's John from JVS Visual, the #1 service centre in the Midlands, and today I want to talk to you about the 6 blink error. The 6 blink error that I'm going to talk to you about today is to do with the Sony Bravia. It happens with various models, but this one I'm going to cover with 3 models in particular: the Kdl-65W859C, the Kdl-65W855C, and the Kdl-75W850C. These suffer the 6. This is where you get the 6 blink error. I'm going to cover a few important points about this particular fault, because it's very important that you know before you start to commence repairing the fault what is involved, and really it's for you to take heed and take a note that it's very important to take your time and not to rush the repair. Right, step 1. Right, turn the TV on its front so as to support the screen. Now, some of you may think that the screen on these sets comes, like with most of them, that it's about a 10 mil width. It isn't. It's incredibly fine. It is an LCD display. It's not a plasma, of course, but it is important that you take heed, because they're extremely fine. I'll show you how fine they are. Okay, this is how fine they are. Okay, can you see that? I'll go around the side. Okay, so you can see just how fine that glass is. It's about just over a mil. Okay, just over a mil that panel is in thickness, so it's incredibly fine. So what you need to make sure of with a big screen, that you don't flex it. It's important and imperative that you keep it as supportive as possible. Okay, so you put the set on its front, and you put it on a nice, support it with a nice, something like a sleeping bag. Right, remove the backboards. Okay, remove all the backboards from the panel. Okay, that's the power supply, that's all the connecting boards, the main input AV board. Okay, and you also disconnect the main membrane array from the screen, right? And you take those heads, the interconnecting boards, the membrane data boards. Take those off. Okay, so it's basically empty apart from the connectors. Okay, remove all the plastic membranes from the backlight. Once you've separated these edges here, all the metal pieces from around the screen and the cabinet, okay, you then have inside the unit, you have membranes. Okay, these are plastic membranes for the backlights, and please make sure that you keep them in order. Don't get mixing them up. Okay, because it's very imperative that you keep them all in order. Okay, once you've removed those plastic sheet membranes, you then get to the final shroud of the lead array. Okay, this is the lead array cover. It's a cardboard cover, alright? This is upside down, but it doesn't matter. It gives you an idea. It's a cardboard cover that covers the leads. Okay, leads, of course, is called light emitting diodes. Incredibly reliable, but unfortunately not so with Sony Bravias, right? Sorry about the bird chirping. Anyway, so you remove those from the backlight. Okay, step 6, remove the plastic standoffs. Now, when that is fixed to the cabinet, to the back cabinet, you'll see in the middle here, these little pieces here that I'm showing you, right, are where the standoffs sit. They're plastic standoffs. When you remove those, you use 2 fine screwdrivers down the side of the edge of the standoff, so as to lift it away from the one edge, and then you simply lift them off. Try not to break them. Okay, that's important. Try not to break them. Use a fine screwdriver in the front and back of one of the edges of the support and lift them off, because they're hooked. They're hooked between the metal and through this membrane. Right, so you lift those safely away. When you've lifted those away, get yourself a red and black marker. Okay, doesn't matter, whatever marker you prefer, red, black, green. Okay, and then what I'm going to show you then is, this is to find out exactly where your fault lies on your lead array. I'm just going to put this down one moment. Right then, on here, as you can see, this is the inner of the back panel. Once you've removed the shroud, you'll see an array of LEDs. Yeah? You see them all. A mass array of LEDs. This is a 65-inch panel. Now, unfortunately, all these LEDs are wired in series. So if any one of these LEDs go down, unfortunately, the switch mode power supply, the inverter section that is on the same power supply section, has no load on it. So unfortunately, it tells the system control, the error control, that your backlight's not functioning, and holds the set down. Very unfortunate. It's a bit of a pain in the arse to do. It can take hours to do. And the worst part is damaging that panel. If you damage the panel, well, you may as well kiss goodbye to your set. So, imperative you look after the panel and put it on its face. I'm going to show you now how to test these LEDs, and it's very simple. Okay, you don't have to damage anything. You may as well unplug all these plugs, these small little connectors from each board. Okay, put your finger on the top of the connector, yeah, of each connector, and just push it down here and then pull it back. Okay, so as you disconnect the board. Now, I'm going to show you with my meter, if I can, exactly what is easy to do. Now, with your analog meter, if you haven't got one, you know, you can use a 1.5 volt battery, but it's always best if you've got an analog. Most of you have got an analog meter, or get yourself an analog meter and switch it to resistance and switch it on ×1. Okay, now then, either side of the LEDs, okay, either side of the LEDs, you'll see some little copper dots. Okay, when I say LEDs, they look like flying saucers. Okay, but inside that flying saucer, that clear saucer, is a light emitting diode. Either side of that plastic saucer, you'll see two little copper dots. Okay, these are anode and cathode connections to the LED. When you put your probes either side of the LED, you'll see it light up. Okay, can you see it light up? So you know that's a good one, right? As you go along and test them so that you don't get muddled up, get your marker pen and tick it. Okay, because it's easy to get muddled up and keep having to go over them. I wouldn't want you to do that. Okay, so just keep going over them like that. Okay, can you see it? See them lighting up? Yeah? Simple as that. And eventually you'll get to the one that's gone open circuit. In this case, I've taken the top off. Now, because I know it's faulty, because I've already gone through this, so I know that one's gone, so I need to replace that one. But in this case, you don't replace the single one. You can if you want, but you best replace the strip. Quite easy to do. You break the seals on the backs of the strip and you remove the strip. Okay, and you then simply, you can't go wrong because there's holes in the strip, fixing location holes, so you can just slot them back into position once you've simply adhesived it. Right, so that tells you what's involved in testing the LEDs. Go over each one, once you've gone over them, tick them. Right, next step. Once you've done that, at the same time of doing all this, make sure that when you order your strip, which will cost you between £15–20, order yourself some 5mm double-sided sticky tape, because you're going to need it, because you need to fix your aim position and you also need to fix all the membranes back into position. Okay, now when you take off the paper shroud that covers all this, the reflective shroud that reflects the light onto the main backlight membranes, this is put in place with some 5mm sticky. Be very careful with that card. Okay, I would not want you to rip the card. Okay, this is not a contest of who can do it the quickest. It's a case of, it's your set, it costs you a lot of money. Respect the set and do a nice job. Okay, so I wouldn't want you to not do it properly. Get yourself a plastic plectrum, okay, like they use on iPhones. Use the edge of the plectrum and go around the edge of the case. Yeah, here, you see all the stick here. If you use a plastic plectrum, you can easily separate the fixing tape. The fixing tape goes all around the edge, and I wouldn't want you to rip it, because once you've ripped it, it starts making a horrible mess. And I wouldn't want your image being affected. As you can see, here's the double-sided sticker here that I will be removing with finally with a pair of scissors, and re-gluing, refixing with some more 5mm, double-sided sticker. Yeah. So the job's done properly. Here's my replacement strip. Okay, there's my replacement strip to stick down. Cost me, I think it's £18. and off eBay. LEDs are very reliable, and don't ask me why these LEDs are gone, because I don't know. It's obviously not a very good manufactured design of LED, but that's only my opinion. Okay, and that's it really. Once you've found your faulty LED, replace the strip, and then reassemble the whole lot. Please don't mix your membranes up. Mark them, if you like, very finely in the corner, so you know 1, 2, 3, 4 which ones go forward, which ones go to the chassis. When you've put those all back into position, you then can fix all the membranes all around the edge. Okay, so you get the membranes, you fix them, you put them, slot them one on top of each other. Once you've done those LEDs, slot them back on top of the paper membrane, and put some tape around them, around the edge, and then at the middle put yourself a fine piece of wood, fine piece of plywood, because you've got to turn this back upside down. Don't get thinking that you can turn that panel the other way, because you won't, not without shattering it, not without breaking it. And I don't want you to break it, because, you know, I want you to try to get it back together as best you can, the way you took it apart. So turn that upside down with the membranes on, piece of plywood to support the membrane in the centre. When you've got it in position, slide the centre plywood out the way and slot it on top of the glass. Okay, and then when you've got that, then you can start fixing that back into position on the membranes with your fixing. Those plastic edges there, these plastic edges that you see here, those fix onto the metal edge, and the membranes sit inside. They sit inside the plastic membrane. You'll see it as you get it off. Please put them and seat them back in as you get them off. And that will clip into here as you get it on. It will clip into the edges, okay? So you can't go wrong, but you don't want it falling down or moving its position. And getting your double-sided stick is imperative, because that will hold it in position all the way around. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any problems, then you can contact me, John JVS Visual at AOL.com, at live.com. As you'll see, I do Epson projectors. I like to help people if I can. If you get stuck, you know, just give me a call, send me an email, and that's it. Thanks for watching.